So this lesson's on writing and solving one-step equations. Alright, first question. 8 more than a number. Okay, we want to write an expression that states 8 more than a number. First piece I want you guys to look at is 8 more. If I have $10 in my pocket and you have 8 more than me, then how much do you have? How did you get $18? You added 8 to 10. So I said he has 8 more than me. So first he needs to know how much I have. So 8 more means he's going to add 8 to something. Well, what am I going to add 8 to? 8 more than a number. What number? Do we know what that number is? Any number. Give me a number. Give me something that represents a number. What could represent a number? A variable. And what do you want to call it? So x plus 8 would be 8 more than a number. Now if I wrote 8 plus x, would that be different? It would be the same thing, okay? But I want you to get... So what property is this that you could flip these?
This comes up all the time when you say that tests, and so you try to mention it. Well, it's the one that's like that. Yeah. Commutative.
So this is the commutative property. So 8 plus x. I want you guys to get in the habit of putting the 8 more in the back. Okay, I want to see it this way, and I'll show you why. The next example we're going to look at is 7 less than a number. So we just did 8 more than a number. So we added 8 on the back. Then we put our variable. 7 less. If I have $10 and you have 7 less than me, how much do you have? How did you get 3? 10 minus 7. Okay, so you put minus 7 in the back. So 7 less, I'm going to take 7 away from something. What am I taking 7 away from? 7 less than a number. 7 less than a number. A number, again, we could represent with x, n, a, whatever you want, we'll call it b. So b minus 7. So again, stressing the 7 less or 7 more, you put that in the rear of the problem or the back of the problem.
Could you put it the other way around? Like you could with a plus? Subtraction is not commutative.
Okay, so this would not be sufficient. So 7 minus b would not be good, okay? b minus 7. And that's why I say if you could get the habit of writing x plus 8, putting in the back, or b minus 7, putting in the back, that repetition or that way, the same way you do it every time, you'll keep it, okay? The sum of, well, let me stop you right there. The sum of, what does that part mean? The sum of. Forget about this. Just the sum of. What does that part mean? Is the answer, or what am I doing? I'm adding something, right? The sum of. I'm going to be adding something. Well, if I'm adding, then I have to be adding at least 2 things. Well, the sum of what? The sum of 8 and a number. The sum of 8 and a number n. So 8 plus n. The sum of, so I'm adding 2 things, 8 and n.
How would you really like that?
Or even better, n plus 8 would also be good. How about the difference of? Okay, what's the difference of? What does that represent? The difference of. Excellent. So I'm subtracting 2 things. What am I subtracting? Difference of what? 6 and r. Okay. The difference of 6. I'm going to put the 6 first. And r. Whenever. Okay. So pay attention here. The difference of, when you start with something like this, the difference of, keep it in the order they give it to you. The difference of 6 and r. So keep it in that order. So 6 minus r. So if it says the difference of, the sum of doesn't make a difference because it's addition, but remember, keep it the same mechanics. The difference of, keep it in the order. Back to the one we did before. 7 less than a number, even though the 7 less comes first in the sentence, but when you see the 7 less or 7 more, that part, put it in the back. So those 2 you gotta be careful for, okay? 7 less, 7 more. I'm adding 7 to something, I'm taking 7 away from something. The difference of, or the sum of, here's my subtraction sign, the difference of what? keep them in order. 6 minus r. The quotient of. The quotient of. What does the quotient of mean? Very good. So I'm dividing two things. So, okay, so here it is. What am I dividing? I'm dividing two things. What am I dividing? Good. Keep it in order. So 3 divided by n. So we're in 6th grade now. What's the better way to write 3 divided by n? Still want to say 3 divided by n, but just a different way of writing it. Good. 3 over n. Okay.
What did you mean by over? Okay. What is that? Fraction bar, very good.
Okay, very good. So using the fraction bar instead of the division sign. So 3 over n. This is what I want to see. The product of. The product of. What does product mean? The product of. Very good. So I'm multiplying two things. I'm going to use the dot for multiplication. The product of k, put in my k first, and 9. So k times 9. What's a better way of writing k times 9? Exactly. So 9k would be the better way of writing this. 9k. Rather than k times 9.
Happy you will be asking, this way do I write it? With 9k.
Okay, here we go. So now we're going to take these phrases, we're going to put an equal sign to them and solve them. So a number increased by 7 is 11. A number increased by 7 is 11. So we're going to read this, we're going to go about this one the way we read it. A number. Increase. What does the word increase mean? What does increase mean? To bring it up, or what mathematical symbol? Addition. So a number increased by 7. A number increased by 7 is 11. What does is mean mathematically? What does the word is mean mathematically? So is 11. So a number. Give me a variable for a number. What do we want to say? N increased by 7 is 11. So a number increased by 7 is 11. Now we want to take the steps to solve this. Go ahead. Good, so subtract 7 from both sides, being a one-step equation. N equals 11 minus 7, and I get an answer of 4. Very good.
I have a question.
So 3 more than 8 times the number is 75. 3 more than 8 times the number is 75. Let's pick it apart. 3 more. What am I going to do with this? 3 more. What am I going to do with the 3 more? What is that telling me to do? 3 more. I'm going to add 3. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the back. So 3 more than what? 3 more than 8 times a number. 3 more than 8 times a number. So I'm adding 3 to what? I'm adding 3 to what? 3 more than 8 times a number. Take a guess. Okay, give me one. Okay, 8a. 8 times a, or just 8a. So here's my 3 more than 8 times a number is equals 75. So again, my 3 more. 3 more than what? I'm adding 3 to what? 8 times a number. So 8a, 8x, 8b, whatever you want to call it. 3 more than 8 times the number is equals 75. Now we have a two-step equation. How do I solve this two-step equation? What do I do first? What's my first step? How do I solve a two-step equation? Go ahead. Close. Subtract 3 from both sides first. Okay, so we want to isolate the a. We want to get the a by itself. The number with the a, we want to get that by itself first. So I got 8a equals, and then 75 divided by, 75 minus 3, and I get an answer of 72. Now I'm back to a one-step equation. Now how do I do this one? How do I get 8a equals 72?
You divide 8 by 8 and divide 17 by 8.
Very good. Divide both sides by 8. My 8 simplify. A equals 72 divided by 8. And I get 9. Okay. 7 less than 4 times a number is 21. 7 less than 4 times a number is 21. So let's dissect. 7 less than, should be then, 4 times the number. 7 less. What am I doing with that 7 less? Okay, what do I put? Do I do 7 minus? How do I do it? Very good. So I'm going to put minus 7. So 7 less than what? Taking 7 from what? 7 less than 4 times a number. So what am I subtracting 7 from? How do I represent 4 times a number? 4a, 4n, 4x, whatever you want. We'll go 4a. So 7 less than 4 times the number is, meaning what? Everybody? Equals 21. And now again, two-step equation. What's my first step? What's my first step here? Good. Add 7 to both sides. Very good. So now I have 4a. My negative 7, positive 7 goes away, and I'm left with 4a equals 28. And then my last step here, 4a equals 28. What's my last step? Very good. Divide 4, both terms by 4. A equals 7. Last one. 6 less than the quotient of a number and 3 is 10. 6 less than the quotient of a number and 3 is 10. 6 less. What am I doing? 6 less. What am I doing? Subtracting 6. What am I subtracting 6 from? The quotient of a number and 3. The quotient of a number and 3. The quotient of a number and 3. Okay. Close. The quotient of a number and 3. So I'm dividing by something. What am I doing? What am I putting where? 3 and then the variable like this. What comes first? The quotient of a number and 3. What came first? A number or 3? So the quotient of a number and 3 is 10. How do I solve? What's my first step? Very good. Get rid of that. Add 6. So a over 3 equals 16. Now how do I get rid of this a over 3? Or a divided by 3? Very good. Multiply both sides by 3. Put a reciprocal. A equals 16 times 3. And I get an answer of 48. Very good.
I think you check to see, because it's hard to tell during the steps. I think you check to see whether you're right.
Very good. So to check, plug in your 48 for your place of A. 48 divided by 3 is 16. 16 minus 6 is 10. And 10 equals 10. And there's your check.